think of Ray?
Oh, fuck Ray.
Alright guys, I have this 2011 370Z from Vegas. He towed it over here. This guy was working on his car when it was pouring. It was raining, it was pouring a lot. Why? Why do you do that? I'm talking about the car wasn't covered, it wasn't, you know, like in a garage or a tent or nothing. It was out on the street and he was working on it. I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So sometimes the car would start, sometimes it wouldn't. It would start, it'd be in limp mode if it did. You give it full throttle and it would just be like you're giving it 1% throttle. So he brought the car over here, they did some testing, and they called me over and they told me what they did to it, and I was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and try another computer. Well, Jesse unplugged the computer, which is right there, and once he took off the plugs, they were soaking wet. So the ECU was basically holding, if you know what it looks like, it's already plugged in. I'm kind of lazy to get up, but think of it like this, and then there's water just being held in there. So it was a big puddle that was that came out from the ECU plugs and the ECU itself after he unplugged it. So of course something in the ECU messed up. So he tried to clean out the connections the best as he could, and we put another ECU, and now everything is good. So obviously the car is tuned, so another ECU with another license, and put everything in there, and now it's good. They're gonna test drive it. And that one right there is from a dealer, STG in Montclair, with the Carvana license plates. I don't know why. That one, I'll get into it. Let me see. That one, they said has problems starting up, and it runs kind of funny. So I went ahead and looked at it, and yeah, it does have some problems. So they're obviously, it's a dealer, they're gonna sell it. So I told them, I gave them some options, 3 options. And the best thing to do for them is honestly just put stock injectors, and for me to tune it like that, because it still has other parts on there. So it's gonna cost less for them if we just put the stock injectors back on and tune it like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Then there's another R35, the orange one, which I'm actually not sure, that one right there, I'm not sure why it's here. It literally just got here. So I'm gonna go ask them, see what's going on with that. Maybe something that I can help with or something. But this one here is just for me. The dealer contacted me directly, and one of the guys here is gonna install the injectors so I can go ahead and do the tune. And they didn't want a dyno tune, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a straight tune on that one. So the stock injectors are on. Gio installed it. Thank you for that. And I am putting a file for this car with all the bolt-ons that it has on the stock injectors. Alright, so I got that one to tune, which I'm gonna do first. Then I'm gonna tune this one here, 3-inch intakes. There's no tune on this car at all right now. This guy, again, there's no tune. The motor blew. He put another motor in it from George, and I'm gonna tune it with that. And then after this black sedan, I'm gonna go ahead and tune that GTR right here. And then I guess that orange one that I was talking about before, the orange GTR, the R35, that one apparently the car misfires, and the owner has complaints, he said, after he got it tuned from wherever he went. So I'm not too sure what's going on with that. If they find what's wrong, what's causing the misfire. If not, it could be the tune. Obviously I don't know any history on that car, so I feel like maybe they changed too many parts at once. So they probably did like full bolt-on and whatever, everything at once. I saw it does have bigger turbos on there, upgraded intercooler. So I feel like maybe that happened all at once, and maybe something's not installed correctly. I don't know. he just said sometimes it drives good, sometimes it doesn't. So that's a little weird. So obviously, we don't know yet. They have to look at it. This one's done. He's unloading it. Harry Potter. He just got fired. This one just got towed in. I think it doesn't start. You grabbed the water bottle.
I did.
And here you guys can see the progress of the pulls I was doing. There you go. Guys, so I just finished that Y370Z. Now we are on to the G37 6-speed sedan, 3-inch intakes, single exit exhaust, I think. I'm gonna go back and check. Stock injectors on 91. Already made out on the street, and I put it on here on the dyno to finish it off, and we are done with this one. Next one would be the GTR. Just chilling my G37. It's been 2 minutes and he's been trying to start his motorcycle from like 1820. Maybe it's a 1900s bicycle. Still there. He's lucky I didn't leave. There we go. Come on. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Alright guys, so I have the GTR from dealership 2017. It is on stock injectors. It has 91 fuel now, so I am tuning out 91. I waited till it was almost completely empty. Drove it to the gas station, waited a little bit, and just completely filled up with 91. Save the receipt so they can pay me back, because it was about $110. It was literally almost empty. I believe I had about half of a gallon left, so I kind of calculated it pretty good. So far, since it is on stock injectors, it is doing about 16 pounds, and on the top end we're doing about 14 pounds roughly. It feels pretty good for just stock injectors tune. The stock injectors on the GTRs, which are the 550 cc's, they get maxed out pretty quickly. Obviously the car can make power very easily. Now the car starts way better for tuning for what it has right now. I didn't like the way the transmission shifted, so I went ahead and just made a tune myself for the transmission for this car right here, and it just shifts way better. Now making some more changes just to dial it in a little bit more, and then that should be it for this one. I'm about to do another pull and log it and make sure it's good. Then I can contact the dealership, let them know that the car is ready, and then they can send someone to pick it up. We have the dealership picking up the GTR. It drives really good. He's putting his dealer plate on there right now. For being on stock injectors, 91 stock turbos, it pulls pretty good. There's a lot of limitations I set on there because of the stock injectors, but it drives really good, to be honest. Today is Saturday. I'm waiting for my customer, so in the meantime, how to clean the screen. I just bought this one because I saw it on the Instagram ads. Pretty cool, to be honest. What's up guys, I have this 2012 G37 automatic, so it is a 7-speed. It came here from, I believe what the owner told me, I believe Bakersfield, but he got the car tuned by someone in Arizona So I'm not sure if they did a remote tune or he went over there or something to Arizona. He did send me their IG page, and it looks like they tune a lot of different types of cars, so not just VQs. So after he told me that after he got the tune, right after that, the car just didn't run good at all, and it shuts off, and it sounds like it's cam right now, and I could tell it's gonna turn off, but probably like in 3 to 5 minutes. So he says after driving it, it turns off. You got to turn it back on. So we're looking at it. It just seems like this is literally just the tune. So it seems like this is just a tune related issue. So he said to go ahead and have me retune it. The other thing he said is that once he tuned it, it didn't want to go into second. So that's a little weird. So I'm gonna see if when I put a startup tune I'm gonna make up right now, so it can idle better and rev better, I'm gonna see if it goes into gear. If not, then it looks like they might have ruined the transmission or something from the other tune. So I'm not too sure at this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I mean, you can hear it. What's up, guys? So back to this YG37 from I forgot where it was from, but it got towed in, and it was tuned by somebody else, and it sounded like it was cam misfiring. So this car, I'm not sure if I had it in the other clip because it's a different day, but this car is now on a VR30 transmission swap. So they already swapped it, and now I just have to finish the tune for this car here, and then that's pretty much it for this one. So far it idles good and everything. It does cruise all right. So I still haven't done the rest of the tune, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. Guys, I have this 2012, I think it's a 12 G37 sedan, 7-speed. This guy has been here before for his other car, I think for maintenance or diagnostics, and then today he's bringing his brother's car in, which is an M35, I believe, for overheating, but it might just be a leaking hose. So this is the car they came in. So he's been here before with his other car, like I said, and he's talked to me in person. He's tuned, he has his G37, this one tuned by somebody else near the Long Beach area. He was telling me that after he got it tuned by the shop over there, it's a shop, they have multiple tuners, that the car just felt sluggish. It didn't want to take off anymore. It wasn't responsive. So this was a while ago. He told me here in person when he comes for the other car. And sorry guys, I'm flashing his car now. So anyways, at the end of the day, he has problems, and then he told me all this issues in person. He wants to retune with me. So again, this was a while ago. So now he's here again. Like I said, I think I'm just repeating myself. So anyways, I told him, well, let me just log it real quick, because I'm actually thinking of making the pose. So now I'm probably not gonna make it today. I'm gonna make it tomorrow, maybe. Tomorrow is Saturday. So we logged it with just the car turned on, and it was already, I could already see in the log it was really bad, which I was pretty surprised because it's on stock injectors. Then we started cruising, and I was looking at it, and I was like, it's about to start sputtering, and sure enough, it started sputtering. So this guy's like, really, he knows this car well. Everything he explained to me was showing up on the log from the other tune. So we did a full throttle pass, and I had to tell him to cut it short in the middle of the pass because it was so sluggish and it was running extremely bad. Literally the motor could blow. So I told him just stop in the middle of the pool, and went back to the shop, and I gave him an offer because right now I have they're installing some parts on the car. The car is on the dyno, so I can't offer him a dyno tune. So obviously it's not normally how I schedule anyways. So this guy's really nice guy. I don't know, when he talks to me, I just smile, because like, I don't know, he's really nice. So anyways, and then he knows what he's talking about. So I gave him an offer for a street tune, and he happily accepted it instantly. But this motor might already be damaged because it's kind of pinging a lot. So I'm not sure if that was already caused by the tune that the tuner he went to. So I'm not too sure. I told him, hey, either the tune might, for sure the car's gonna feel way better after I retune it. But the damage, if the motor is actually damaged, it's irreversible. You have to like rebuild the motor or get another motor. So he said go ahead and do it. Basically, he knows what can happen. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, so the retune is complete and the car feels way better. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him know. I do believe the engine is slightly damaged, so I'll go ahead and confirm that with him, but the car feels way better. Really? What if you try to go slower? Guys, I have this '08 G35 ECU sent in from the East Coast. He's having problems with his, I guess, trying to tune his car. He told me it's a small tuner, not really into tuning these cars or something, but I guess he went turbo and he's having problems flashing it. So I guess the first time he did flash it, went through, they got the car to idle and rev, and they went in to make changes. They uploaded the second file, and then it says there's no license. So this is his cable right here. So he keeps getting an error. He told me he had to buy 3 additional licenses, and it'll take the licenses, but it'll still say there's no ECU it'll say there's no license the next time they're trying to flash it. So, I mean, hopefully he got a refund for that, because that's $3,679. That's $900, and then the original licensing. So he spent like roughly 12 to 15 with the cable, maybe a little bit more, almost $2,000, and that's not including paying whatever tuner is trying to tune this car. So, Mr. Lewis Knight, very nice. So he sent me a message, told me that it was already delivered, so I went to go pick it up. Anyway, so I had a whole thought process on what to try while this was on its way here, and I literally just figured it out on the first try. So basically, there's a problem with his cable. So if I plug in my cable, it shows that the ECU has a license. I put in his cable, it shows there's no license. So I was like, okay, let me double check. I put mine back on, it shows there's a license. I put his back on, it shows there's no license. I went and grabbed another cable we put it on here, it shows there's a license. There's another cable, I went and grabbed that one, I put it on here, it shows there's a license. I went and put his on here, and it shows there's no license. So in total, there's 4 different cables roughly, and only his shows there's no license. So there's a problem with this cable. This is a slightly older version. I believe this is they have about 4 generations of these cables, 4 or 5. I believe this is the 2nd gen, because the first one was blue. Most of you probably never even seen that one, but this one, I know this is the 2nd gen, probably towards the end of the generation. The cables don't normally go bad, so I'm not too sure. I mean, I've had mine for a really long time, since roughly like '05, and it still works. I mean, yeah, it's all beat up, it's missing pieces on mine, but it still works fine. And then because of that's when I bought another one, just to keep as a backup, because it is pretty beat up and pretty old. So that way, in case it gives out maybe during tuning or something, I already have another one to use as a backup. So I'm gonna go ahead and contact him, let him know that I guess he just needs to get another cable, because obviously this is an older one, there's no more warranty. So if he contacts UpRev, they're obviously gonna tell him that there's no warranty, because this cable is pretty old. So I'm gonna contact him, let him know what I found out. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be very, very, very happy that I found the issue for him. I told him I'm not even gonna charge him to look at it. That's what I told him before he shipped it. He did send me a message earlier today telling me that it's been delivered and that he'll send me something. It's fine. I didn't even reply to that specific message. I just told him, yeah, I received it. So it's on him if he wants to send me something. I don't know if you watch my videos, Mr. Lewis Knight. But yeah, I found your problem, and I'm gonna contact you, and that's it. I'm just milking it right now, so maybe an ad or 2 will pop up so I can get like $1 off of this video.
My rings, turn my rings, my ring dings.